wonderful.
You know, it's like, and all other cities use the state.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, my
nice.
kids are, they're engineers.
Well, they're not engineers. They're
South Carolina.
But these guys are just.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That the inspector.
But I'm still working. Oh, that's where the Clintons
So
live.
my electrician, we're using the wrong conduit, and this is how we go.
Tonight?
That was 30 years ago. Dude. Where you been? You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then Martine was out fixing one of his condos. You know, beautiful country. You know,
Good food there?
that were storage sheds,
I never guessed that.
moving vans,
I know, I did. No.
and putting a new drain spout in
Uh-huh.
because it was broken. And then they got mad at me. And said, "Oh, you got to stop that."
Girl.
Very, very.
So we do have a meeting scheduled on June 3rd from 2:30 to 4:30.
At Wesley.
Conference room at Wesley Gardens. Yeah, that's where
Somebody that Victoria
lives is Wesley.
I have to come all the way down here to see you.
like Kitty.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they say.
That,
They decided to push over here. I mean, Harry.
is it more?
Yeah, I did it because I thought
Midday.
the water was here and I
70%.
just on my elbow. And then I thought, well, then.
That's like me getting out of the shower and then showering for the rest of the day.
It's a somewhere not Yeah, well, he's running for. He's running.
There's just nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't, no.
Right, I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so they're not gonna bust. Or if there was one required, they would have sent it.
Wait, this is all the way in November?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never been to it.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, yeah. The flag.
Yeah.
Do we have anything going
No,
on?
if it turned
All right,
out.
thank you. Can everybody please take their seats?
There's people running against him.
May 27th.
I don't know, because I went to the gavel.
I know, right?
And
We're going to call the May 27th, 2026 CAB meeting order. Let's do roll call, please. Everybody to the right of me. Start around the table.
Tara Vaughn, Staff Liaison.
Kyle Ellers, Program Supervisor, CES.
AJ Johnson Newton, Assistant City Manager.
Eileen Evans, Central District.
Bettina Carey, Marina District and Arts Committee.
Mary Ellen Laird, at large.
Diane Hoyer at large.
Lisa Franz, Redondo.
Randy Richards at large.
Rick Laycock at large.
Jeff Cromp at large, Arts Committee.
Eddie Duggar, Central and Arts Commission.
Bonnie Wilkins, Director of Administrative Services for the City of Des Moines.
Gene Oxiger, Deputy Mayor.
And Jeremy Nutting, council member. All right. Agenda.
Mayor. Or, I mean, Chair. I have a request from Susan White to be excused. She had to attend a different meeting.
Okay. We need to take a vote for that.
Well, is there anybody else that is
Second.
Charlene won't be here, but she said she sent an email to Harry
okay?
to ask for it being excused.
There was one other person also.
And Corinne.
Corinne and Jim also let us know they won't be here.
Okay.
So need
I
to
move
vote on
to accept
excuses.
Accept their excuse?
their excuses.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Sounds like it's unanimous. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. All right, moving on to our first agenda item, approval of minutes for the April 29th, 2026 Citizen Advisory Board, the CAB.
I move to accept the minutes.
Second?
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to number 2, we got a community enrichment services, recreational program and activities update. And I'd like to announce, we're going to do something a little different here. I'd like to, if there's any questions during the presentation, I'd like you to hold them until the end, please. Thank you. And here we go. All right. Can everybody hear me all right? All right. Thank you guys for having me. My name is Kyle Ellers. I'm Program Supervisor for the Community Enrichment Services Department.
And we're just here to provide you a little bit of an update for the year of 2026 on some of our recreation programming and activities. So we'll start with a little background to kind of how we got here. So before, you may have known recreation services that traditionally operated in the Parks and Rec realm. We also offered senior services, events, and facilities all separately. We also exited our on-site school-based childcare, which was our Club Chaos program that served all of the schools within the greater Des Moines district. And then we also all experienced our COVID disruptions, which obviously reshaped how we needed to cater to the community and what that participation looked like for us. So then we fast forward a little bit to the shift. So Activity Center day-to-day management returned to the city from Wesley. Our recreation, senior services, events, and facilities are all now unified under one department. And then we formally adopted the name of Community Enrichment Services with the goal of improving coordination, community access, and long-term sustainability, all under that one umbrella. So that brings us to today. And we're now one CES team working together across programs. We share activities, events, and community spaces. We are using resident feedback, as you've seen some of our surveys go out, and participation trends to help shape what we offer, both programming and activity-wise. Building more opportunities for community connection, activation, and year-round use of our spaces, and while working together both internally and externally to help shape where we're going in our next chapter. So CES has 6 passionate staff members who are myself, AJ Johnson Newton, who is also the assistant city manager, Courtney Wilt in that upper right-hand corner, Kelsey Cole, the upper left or bottom left, Savannah Matson, and Kim Payne. All focuses kind of in their own area of expertise, but are all able to kind of cross-support and collaborate across programs, events, rentals, and community activities. So you might ask, where do we operate now? We are a unique organization in the fact that we are facility rich, right? We don't have a traditional community center where you have all of your programs traditionally located in one area. But on the board, you can see we operate at the Field House in that bottom left, which is also getting a brand new paint job and new lights and a new picnic shelter renovation. In the middle is where our central hub is right now. It's the Senior Activity Center, which is right next to the post office and Stephen J. Underwood. And then that bottom right, we also run our events and facilities out of the Beach Park Event Center down at the marina. So under this new framework, CES, our goal is to activate and program all of these facilities as much as we can to make sure we're using our space. And then we also want to make sure that we're equally using our parks in and around the cities. So a little bit on how CES serves the community. It's in a variety of ways, through recreation programming and activities, traditional youth sports and camps, that's youth soccer, basketball, t-ball, even some adult sports like softball. Our senior services community up at the Senior Activity Center, community and regional events such as the holiday tree lighting or the 4th of July celebration, facility rentals and community use, community gardens such as Sanju, serves youth, teens, adults, families, and the broader community. And our mindset really remains the same. It's offering high-level programming and activities for all to participate in. So up there on the board, the bottom left is Rave Camp. We have our holiday tree lighting in the middle, and then one of our most successful events in that bottom is our extravaganza event from a few years back up at the Senior Activity Center. So just a couple brief participation and program highlights. Under our youth and recreation elbow or realm, we say, we are increasing our Camp Chaos summer camp registrations from 80 last year to 120 per day in the year of 2026. So that would be a pretty dramatic increase for us. Our youth sports participation for basketball and soccer continue to grow. We faced a little bit of adversity outside of the COVID realm with some kids aging out and going other places, but we are trending in the right direction now. We also have several community-focused events. Some to mention our Breakfast with Santa, Extravaganza, also holiday tree lighting, and then the 4th of July. And our senior programming, Activity Center, lunches served and participation, we've increased our service because of the demand from Monday to Wednesday to Monday through Thursday now. So we're at about 120 meals per week. There's also some growth in participation for trips and outings. We're nearing almost needing 2 buses for lunch and our field trips. So Kim's doing a great job on getting in kind of a new generation of our seniors is what we're calling. First-time seniors, I guess you could say. And then just some other expanded programming offerings that we brought in. Our line dancing, which is tonight, so if you leave here, we get out early, go ahead, check it out. Family bingo, we have karaoke, pop-up nights, we have youth open gym, youth basketball league, Skyhawks, art with Amy, gift making workshop, Melanie's Dance Unlimited, good manners, basic dog obedience. We're getting about as much as we can in and where we can find the space. One of the things that we kind of wanted to share an exciting update about as we get through the summer months is an exciting community partnership we have with the Legacy Foundation. Last year was kind of our pilot and just kind of setting the baseline for this program, which is called Pop Up and Play Des Moines. And it's really a mobile recreation program that will serve each corner of the city in different parks that we have. So we are decreasing the barriers of access by coming out to each park, allowing the kids to come out for free, have structured physical activity along with a craft, and that will be 5 days a week. So like I said, we're just kind of building on last year, which was solely focused at Midway Park. We're going to add a few parks into the mix here and expand that, and then we're going to continue into 2027 to look at how we can continue to grow and access just any and every kid that we can inside the city of Des Moines. So as we look forward, we want to focus on a couple things. Community access and activation. So Pop Up and Play, we're activating parks for recreation. We are accessing everybody within the city that might have that transportation barrier or that financial barrier to be able to provide them recreational opportunities. We are looking to develop all of our programs, so specialized recreation opportunities, intergenerational programming, continued evolution of programming for older adults, and just looking to expand offerings no matter what the age might be. And then looking into the future, we are trying to match what programs will fit all the spaces that we have here. So we were trying to make sure that we're utilizing the kitchen at the dining hall or the gym at the field house and the fields we possess, and all of those different ways to recreate and provide structured activities is our goal. So as we get to the end here, we have a couple CAB feedback and discussion requests. And number one is, what recreation, social, or community opportunities do you think are missing or needed in Des Moines today? And are there barriers that make it harder for people to participate in programs or activities or events? How can CES continue evolving recreation and enrichment opportunities to meet the changing interests and needs of older adults? And what opportunities do you see for more intergenerational programming and activities? So thank you guys for having us. We appreciate it.
Kyle, thank you very much for your presentation. If you could put that last slide back up on there.
Yep.
Please. And then we'll go to questions. I see that Deputy Mayor Oxiger had some questions first. We'll go to him first, and then we'll just go along the line.
Hi, Kyle. Thank you for the presentation. Can you explain for the CAB the difference between Camp Chaos and Club Chaos and what the future is for both?
Yeah, absolutely. So Camp Chaos traditionally is our summer camp program, right? So that begins whenever Highline School District lets out, so mid-June, it'll run all the way into the first week of September based on when they return to school. Club Chaos before and after school is typically, or was formerly, at the schools. We then moved to an after-school model just at the field house, so that runs through the school year itself.
Okay, I believe that a memo has gone out saying that Club Chaos is being eliminated.
So Club Chaos, for the time being, we are re-examining how we're offering that. So yeah, at the end of the school year, we will discontinue the service until we can either figure out another programming base to bring in to cater to that population, and or revisit bringing it back in a more structured manner that will fit the needs of where we're at.
Okay, thank you.
Was that it, Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Add to this, or we'll move on to, sorry, I can't see your name tag. I'm really
Eileen.
sorry. Eileen.
In the future, are you thinking about offering seniors transportation to the center, maybe a few hours before lunch and then a few hours after lunch, a few days a week that can't drive?
That's not something that we've considered. We'd have to give that some serious thought because they would need to be, I mean, that would essentially be a shuttle service, which is a different type of service than what we provide. So that isn't something that we've integrated in our programming right now. The activity center really is the hub, and it is, we do have our participants that actually do have shuttle services, so I don't think we've ran or have had any comment, at least for people's inability to get to the senior center. But yeah, at this point, I don't see that being in the future as far as providing shuttle service to the activity center.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Bettina, please. Oh, yeah, anything for you?
Jeremy, when people put this up, that's what means they want to talk.
Okay, all right. Then we'll go to Allison.
Well, Jeff was before me.
So, Kyle, what is the CES's involvement with the Arts Committee and the summer concerts? How do you interact with that?
Yeah, so Kim Payne, obviously liaison for our department to deal with the Arts Commission. So I'm with her and supporting her decision, and obviously look to AJ for the in-staff guidance on what that might be. So we will, help support where we can, traditionally in our department, and then just seek guidance from what that may be.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. Was Lisa or Allison up next?
Okay. Do you, as you know, I'm a partaker of the after-school program when I can, and definitely the summer program. Is the summer program and break camp, is that on the chopping block as well?
Nope, not at all. No. Those are here to stay.
And then, do you have a timeline for when we can expect an alternative or something that's in place?
Yeah, so right now we're just kind of focused on getting our summer programming in the mix, getting it off the ground. As soon as that is done and we are ready to move forward, our staff are focused on getting what fall and winter of next year will look like.
Okay. And so when do parents expect to hear back about that?
What I will say is I do think parents should plan different arrangements for next year. The decision was based on enrollment. It's just really low. And so, we always have that struggle between wanting to provide as much service as we can to meet people's needs, but we have to balance that with limited resources. So just to be very frank, you should probably look at unfortunately a different arrangement, at least for next school year, until we can resolve what we think are some of the issues why the enrollment was so low, which is, it's transportation to school, or to our field house from school, so on and so forth.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Lisa?
So you mentioned the pop-up and play parks. Do you know which 4 parks yet? I think you said 4.
Yep, so that will be determined by the end of this week. So tomorrow, or Friday.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
One more question. Sorry.
Allison?
Oh, I think actually
Bettina?
Bettina. So, do we have a opportunity to add more programming this year and next year, or are we budgetarily restricted in any way? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that there's always opportunity to be creative in how we offer things, right? So absolutely, we're all probably well aware of some of the budget factors that we've faced, but I think there's creative ways to get around that in terms of contracted instructors versus in-house, all those different factors we can come into play. So I think there's much more room to add a lot of things.
Excuse me, Allison.
Oh, I'm sorry that I was late, and I hope I didn't miss this, but I've been kind of excited about hearing if there's been any progress to July 4th. Is that something that you covered in your presentation at all?
We didn't, but I can. So we will be hosting a 4th of July. It's Stars, Stripes, and Sunshine down at the waterfront from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will start our marketing campaign, so to speak, next week in June. But yes, so we'll be partnering with the farmers market, hopefully the park run, and though it's a family event, it's free. We'll have kids activities. We'll have food trucks, obviously. There'll be music, lots of activities for families. And so we're hoping that you will come down and spend your day with us on the 4th.
Next up.
So my question would be, have you guys thought about before and after school programs at the school? Is that feasible financially?
Yes. So traditionally we were in the schools, and then so we served all 5 schools within the city of Des Moines. Then there was a different set of maybe some priorities that ruled us out when the YMCA and a program called Right at the School came into play. So they're currently contracted with the Highline School District, and they're on site at all the schools.
Perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff.
So Kyle, and I know I've discussed this a little bit with AJ, but you mentioned up here, senior services along with our arts committee, and expanding those for people that maybe don't have transportation. We've approached the city this year to try to provide some transportation to Judson and Wesley to some of our summer concerts, and essentially it's been 100% shut down. And I'm wondering what precipitates that if you want to expand the programs and help the seniors, we're shutting them out.
Yeah. I think what you're exploring is a shuttle service, and that's
Correct.
Not really part of the business model. The shuttle or the van that we have is particularly for participation outings, and so we also rely on public transportation that does provide shuttle services, or the individual retirement communities to provide those shuttle services, but that's not part of our business model.
And why would that be?
We just don't see that as a viable source. It's an expense. There's liability. We would have to figure out where we would pick people up. And so from our perspective, there's better use of our resources to keep and focus on programming within our spaces.
But it seems kind of counterproductive to say that you're looking to help the seniors participate in more things that they're not able to participate in, and when there's an opportunity to be able to do that the city doesn't have the resources to do that, because there's all kinds of outings that are provided to seniors and others within the city.
I guess I don't know specifically where we're not meeting in terms of senior participation, because actually what we're seeing is higher participation through the activity center. So the work that we're doing, we seem to be moving in the correct direction. I'm not saying that maybe there won't be changes that we can make in the future, but right now the focus really is on programming at our facilities.
Okay.
Deputy Mayor Oxger.
Yes, okay, has there been any outreach to, for example, Wesley and to Judson as to whether they would provide and coordinate with them as far as them providing the transportation for their people down to the beach park for the...
It was my understanding that the Arts Commission was going to take the lead on that in terms of reaching out to Wesleyan.
I've personally met with both the directors at Wesley and at Judson Judson plans on participating in some, maybe not all of the concerts and bringing people down there. At this point, Wesley's committed to bringing people down to one concert.
Okay, thank you. And then, you mentioned that, you used to have the programs, for the before and after school at each one of the 5 elementaries. One of them, and we heard about Highline contracting with the YMCA, that leaves Woodmont out. So what is being done with Woodmont Elementary? Because that's in the Federal Way School District.
They use the Right at School program.
Okay,
Yeah.
same program.
It's different. One's YMCA, one is Right at School. So it's Right at School, but the brand name is Right at School.
Okay. And what is the cost structure compared to when we were handling the program?
I don't know. We haven't looked in, just because we haven't been involved in the childcare. So part of why we tried to add after school was to meet the gap. Unfortunately, just we've had declining enrollment. So, but we never went back to see, what our pricing was versus what they're offering now, because we've essentially exited the childcare business in that format.
I can speak as someone who pays for 2 mornings a week. It's comparable, so I did some cost comparisons when thinking about what made sense. You have to commit to a month and ahead of time, and there's a waiting list, and they have a very limited amount of people. So, like, I pay every month right before the beginning of the month, and there's no getting out of that. It's been a lot more flexible with Camp Chaos when I can call the week before and say, hey, I need care. So.
Yeah.
Could we get what a cost would be to be able to provide transportation for people at Wesley and Judson? Because one of the things that I've brought up a number of times, and we don't seem to be making too much progress on it, is we've got companies that are willing to sponsor various things for the concerts. If we had a cost and we knew what that was, there might be some of the sponsors that would be willing to sponsor those buses.
We can look into it. What I will say, though, is, again, that's just not the business model. And essentially, it's my understanding those retirement communities do actually provide shuttle services. So I would hope, like when you reached out to them, that we would actually want them to provide the service to their residents, that they're actually paying for that service. So, but we can certainly look into see what that would be.
I was just wondering if it would be cost effective, like any of your other trips, if you don't get so many people, they cancel because it's not cost effective, that you do, you have going to the concerts as a trip. It isn't the same thing because they're not going to Judson's to pick up, because they do have their own services there. But then people that want to just come drive there and then not have to walk in and get driven down, it could be maybe in the future a possible field trip.
Yeah, we could look at that. The one thing I would say, and I'm not saying that it's a barrier, it's just something we'd have to consider, is that we do pay the van driver, and so that is a cost for staffing.
And
Yeah.
charge them, though, as a field trip.
Yeah, potentially, to see if there was interest. But I guess the flip side is that the summer concert series is actually free to our residents, so that would add a cost on an event that we're trying to make accessible. I understand the transportation piece, but so not saying it's a bad idea. It's something we could explore, but just things we'd have to think through.
Thank you.
Right.
All right, thank you. Thank you again, staff. Moving on to the next item is the new city website. And please keep questions till the end. And we have a presentation by Bonnie Wilkins.
Thank you, Chair. Bonnie Wilkins, Director of Administrative Services, and I'm here to give you a brief update on our website. About a year ago, we put out an RFP for a new website provider, and we received several responses back. I can't remember how many exactly, but we had an internal staff of about 8 people who reviewed all of those proposals, and we ultimately came up with Civic Plus, excuse me. We have Civic Live now, and Civic Plus is a huge company that many municipalities across the country use, so we were very comfortable with our selection. And why we made the change? Well, what we heard from the public was that, you know, people, everyone, had common concerns about our website. Information was hard to find. You couldn't navigate what you were looking for just by searching. It was clunky. It didn't look good. All of our council information, agendas, minutes, packets and videos were very difficult to find. So that was what prompted us to put the RFP out. And so over the last year, we've been, like I said, working with this company, and we're getting pretty close. One of the products that we did purchase with this new website provider is what they call Audio Eye integration. So next year, I believe it's April of 2027, all municipalities, probably everybody, I'm not sure about that, but have to be ADA compliant on their websites. Have to be able to have people access your materials, and there's a lot of different criteria and ways you have to do that when you're putting together a website. You just can't slap some information on there. It has to be done in a particular manner for people to be able to access that who have, ADA issues with that. So this is really great. It will help us along the way. It will tell us if things aren't going right. It will pull up information we have to correct. So we're really excited about being able to purchase this particular model with this website redesign. So with that, well, we've been over the last, like I said, year putting information. We did a migration from our current website over to our new site. We've been kind of using it, I like to say, taking stuff off that is incorrect, putting new stuff on that is, making putting information that's current and what have you. So we're getting close. We hope to launch maybe midsummer, maybe sooner, but we don't want to give a particular date in case we have to step back a bit. But we need your help. So what we want to do is starting next week on June 1st, I'm going to send you out. In addition, sorry, let me back up. On your table, I put this little handout. So we are working with a company called Art and Science Communications, Allison Dascom and Corey Fechner, who are out of Texas, and they are helping us kind of along this process because I'm not a website designer, and so we just need a little bit of extra help on, the technical terms. This is full of a lot of technical information. They went through and they did site analytics, numbers, what sites were people hitting, what information do we need to take over from our current site to our new site. They kind of scrubbed our current site and said, A, B, and C are the best for you because. So this stuff, it may make sense to you and it may not, and half of it does to me still and half of it does not, but thankfully I have them in my pocket to say, I don't know what you're talking about, so, give it to my language. So information is pretty useful and informative, so check that out. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'll do my best to kind of decipher what they're talking about, but they were the ones who were like kind of going through our content to see exactly what it is that we needed to pull over. And so from there, like I said, we've been zhuzhing it up and adding, and now we need beta testers. We need you guys to take a look at it, go through it, see if we have any missing or broken links. Are there some words misspelled that we might have missed? Because when you're in it every day and you're doing stuff, you don't see things like that sometimes. I like to put stuff aside, come back to it later, and I'm like, oh, geez, I can't believe I missed that. So since we've been in it all the time, we don't want to be able to put this out on, for the public and have it be, not looking its best. So I will be sending you all the link to the site. You'll take a look at it if you have time. That would be awesome. I'll give you a timeline. There'll be a spreadsheet. You'll kind of note what you see, and from there we will make those corrections to get us ready for our launch. And that pretty much is my presentation. Thank you.
How many pages is the new website?
Sorry.
How many pages?
We migrated over 138.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. We had up to 150, but we only migrated over one. I'm going to send you the link, yeah. Yeah, we're still working on it right now, and I don't want to send it off a little bit too soon because it still isn't as crisp. I mean, there's some photos missing and some things like that.
When should we
June 1st, next Monday, yeah.
Allison?
Do you have some sort of, like, in the past, I've done this, I've facilitated a couple of migrations. But normally you have like a grid or something with page by page and what's broken or missing. Do you have anything formalized like that?
We don't have anything formalized like
Okay.
that. But I will be meeting with you, we have a weekly meeting, and I can ask them if they have something that they can prepare for us.
Okay, that'd be great. Oh, yeah, site map.
Thank you, Bonnie, for the presentation. Is there any other questions? All right, moving on. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Moving on to announcements. We will be holding our announcements to 10 minutes and 10 minutes only. And we'll just start over here, Eileen, and go around the table.
I don't have any announcements today.
Thank you. Bettina?
I don't have any. I'm sure Jeff will cover our ground.
Okay, perfect. Allison?
None for me.
None for me.
All right. Diane?
Well, we have applications that have come in for the grants, and their pile is right in front of us, so we will be starting that process.
Very good.
Reviewing them. Oh, sorry.
No announcements.
All right, thank you. Randy?
No announcement.
Yes. So, we were instructed a couple months ago that we used to, when the cab first started, and I'll preface this by saying that I sent this to Tara and she authorized me to be able to bring this up here tonight. When we first started, at each cab meeting, the various committees would give a little blurb of what was going on. And I thought that was pretty cool because it was good to see what's going on with these ladies, what's going on with seniors, and I think everybody liked hearing what was going on with the Arts Committee. That doesn't seem to be happening anymore, and I had asked Tara what precipitated that isn't happening anymore. I mean, it's like it's not even on the agenda anymore, and it's like we're the Citizens Advisory Board, and I think that all of us here, I'd like to know what's going on with them. I'd like to know what's going on with the Senior Committee, and I think that everybody here would like to know what's going on with the Arts Committee. So why was that process eliminated?
Well, I'm sorry. This is my first meeting. I'm taking over for Councilmember Desmoni. This is why I'll be here for, well, at least the interim. I don't know anything about that. I do believe the announcement portion of that would be a place where you would give any kind of committee reports, but I will ask Tara to comment on that if she would, please.
Yes, so that was not the original intention of the announcements.
Right.
But this is a council-created group. It will run however the council wants. So if the council wants that back in, we're happy to add that back to the agenda.
Yes,
Well, Jeff, let me get a chance to talk with Councilmember Steinmetz over your concern. The staff and the council, Deputy Mayor, and I have heard your concern, and let me get a chance to talk with Councilmember Steinmetz and the history of that.
Yeah, because it just seems odd that the group is no longer getting informed of what each committee is doing. And even when, for the couple months when we did submit our reports ahead of time, that never saw the light of day, so it seems kind of counterproductive to what this committee might be charged with doing.
Understood. Staff and the two of us up here have heard it, and more to come.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry. Is it Eddie?
Oh, yes. No, nothing. I'm with him.
All right. Anything else from Bonnie? Deputy Mayor?
Yes, thank you. I have 3 events to let you know about. One is, as you heard earlier, that the community engagement services. Enrichment services. I'll get it. Community enrichment services. Parks and Rec. Does partner a lot with the Legacy Foundation, and they are having their major fundraiser on June 6th at the Yacht Club. Tickets are still available. You can go online to get those. That's from 5:30 to 9 p.m. and they raise money in particular to help support the programs. Then on June 11th, which is a Saturday at 11 a.m., we're going to have the dedication of the new Redondo Pier,
Oh, Saturday, 11?
11 a.m. on the 11th of June. And Bonnie's going to have to help me with the time on this, but then on June 13th, at the marina, we're going to have the dedication of the LM and N docks.
Actually, they serve backwards. June 11th.
June 11th is a Thursday.
At 4 p.m.
Okay.
June 11th at 4 p.m. for the dedication of the LM&N docks at the marina. And then June 13th at 11 a.m. for the Redondo Pier grand opening.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, no.
As you were saying that,
So-
my brain was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah. No, so did everybody get the change?
Deputy Mayor, since Bonnie did not have a mic.
Okay, so now they.
Oh,
Deputy
Oh.
Mayor, since Bonnie did not have a mic,
Sorry.
if you would repeat that or have Bonnie repeat that, please.
Okay, so, excuse me, okay, the times the Legacy Foundation information was correct, okay. The LM and N dock dedications openings will be at 4 p.m. on Thursday, June 11th. And then the Redondo Pier dedication will be on Saturday, June 13th at 11 a.m. And I apologize for screwing it up. And I think that's about all we've got. Or do we have any other ones that?
there's a watch there's a watch party.
Oh, yeah, when's the watch party?
June 19th
June 19th.
at the theater.
June 19th. And then a bit of long way off, of course, 4th of July, we're having the events at the marina from 10 until 4. Also, 3? Excuse me, 10 until 3. I've really got this screwed up. See, you should write things down. And then just a bit of an advance on the next thing is on the 12th of July will be Shark in the Park in Redondo, which is being co-sponsored with the Mass Center for Highline. So, lots of events coming up.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Lots of events. The city manager report has them all in there, so subscribe if you don't.
Thank you so much. Bettina?
Actually, the summer concert series is worth announcing. Do you want to go for it, Jeff?
If you got it in front of you, go ahead.
Okay, all right. So that is on Wednesday evenings from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And the first one's going to be July 15th, and that's Spike and the Impalers, and it's a Northwest cover band that's been out there for 25 years. July 22nd is Kitty May, and that's country cover band, to go with all that line dancing that people are doing. And then July 29th is Nightwave, that's 80s new wave. August 5th is ABBA-Graphs, that's a real fun one, ABBA tribute band. August 12th is Stevie and the Blue Flames, Harmonica Blues. August 19th is Power of Love, Huey Lewis tribute band. And that is the extent of our programming for this summer, and it's going to be awesome. We want everybody to come, so, bring your friends. Good food trucks are planned, and it should be a lot of fun.
Can you provide any details on the food trucks? Because last year I remember there was one food truck and then the burger place. Is there going to be a little bit more of an assortment this year?
Jeff?
Yeah. So, in years past, there was supposed to be 2 food trucks plus the ice cream truck. We submitted a list of food trucks to the city, and that's still being worked on. But the city has determined that they think because of all the marketing and promotion that we've done thus far, they expect that there should be bigger crowds this year. So the city is having us have 3 food trucks and the ice cream truck this year. And that full lineup is still not totally cemented. Well, yeah, and of course the beer garden will be there.
And the hamburger stand, that was like a constant? I don't really consider that a food truck.
Well, that's considered a food truck.
Okay.
Even though, and they are part of the people that were doing the Party on the Rocks that did the beer garden, and the city in the last week or so, they actually put out an RFQ for a liquor vendor, and that'll be determined sometime coming up too. And even if we go with Party on the Rocks again, which has been our recommendation because they do a good job, that we probably won't have that hamburger truck every time, because when we put together our list, we just found out, this committee just found out within the last month or so, that food truck, if we want to call it that, the hamburger hot dog stand, is called Taste and Tunes, that they were part of Party on the Rocks. And I've been told that even if we do Party on the Rocks, they don't come hand in hand, and we will have that stand at some of them, but like at the last concert, the Power of Love, we're going to have... Okay, time's up. Well, so we're going to have the Dick's hamburger truck there for one night, and I spoke to the guy at Dick's today, and we're looking to see if we can get them for one other time. And then, so yeah, the food trucks will be settled on hopefully within the next 3 weeks, because we're only about 7 weeks away from the first concert.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
One more question. Do we have any idea, I know Robin's not here, but do we have any idea of how many people have signed up for the theater for that U.S. soccer game? Is there a way to find that out, how it's doing?
It's a private deal, and so it would be through the theater that you'd have to find out. So, I mean, I can reach out to Robin and find out.
Yeah, I mean, I can too, yeah. I just wondered if we had any idea if it was, because they're telling people to sign up ahead of time, there's no cost. And I think it was 350 people.
It's a private event, so
Yeah.
it's not run through the city.
Well, the city's promoting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they are.
Councilmember Dosmani.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Is that the same day as the soccer, camp? Is that why maybe the city's promoting it as a team?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. All right, we've come to the end of the agenda. The next scheduled meeting is June 24th, 2026. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all for your time.
Is the next meeting, Wednesday, June 24th.